Great product placement.
Yes, they always plan ahead. Well, everyone has said it's a hot week. There's plenty of water around.
Bonjour.
Right. Just going on the Zoom. You ready? All right, everyone, thank you very much, and welcome back to the Media Center here at the Amundi Evian Championship. Happy to be joined by our leading French player, Celine Boutier. A reminder to everyone on the Zoom, we unfortunately can't hear you for questions, but if you have any, please drop them in the chat, and I'm happy to ask them. So hello, Celine. Welcome back to Evian. You've now had 3 days to see the course here, a few days to see the course. How are you feeling as you head into this major championship?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Very happy to be here and looking forward to getting the tournament started.
How was the ProAm? I know you only had 9 holes, but you had 9 holes today. You've had a couple of days to see the course. How is it looking out there as we get ready for this week of competition?
Yeah, it was nice to be able to get out today. We had a little bit of rain this morning, so it was a little bit of a softer feel around the greens, definitely around the fairways, not as much roll. I think we'll have similar conditions tomorrow with the rain expected this afternoon, so it'll be very similar conditions, and it was great to be able to go out there and had a fun group, so it was overall a pretty good day.
I know you've taken a few weeks off now. When did you come over here to France, and how was your preparations for this event?
Yeah, I got here, I guess, to France last Wednesday or Thursday, so I had a few days at home before heading here, and it was just nice to be able to relax for a little bit before coming here. Obviously, I've come here for a few years now, so I know the course, but it's nice to have a few days to adjust and just remind yourself of where to hit the ball and where not to hit the ball. So yeah, it's been good to adjust a little bit and ready to go.
This is your 6th time playing here, your 4th time as a professional, twice as an amateur. Not too often, I don't think, necessarily you get to play at home in France anymore. What are some of your best memories of getting to play here in your home country, and do you get to play in front of your family this week?
So yes, my family's here, my parents and my sister are here. I don't really get to come back that much, but definitely my highlight would be my win at the French Open last year, which was definitely a special week for me. And other than that, I think my first year playing here in 2014 when I was still an amateur was definitely very special because it was the first time that I got to play, Evian and the major, just seeing everybody, just like the professionals, the ones you look up to on TV, and it was definitely a cool experience. And I got to play the practice round with Suzanne Pedersen, she was the defending champ that year. So, and it was my first time playing at Evian, so that was surreal.
What was that like, playing at that age with Suzanne, who I'm sure was someone as a European player you look up to, and who are some of those names that you've looked up to that you've been able to play with here?
Yeah, I was definitely starstruck for a few holes. I was actually making the turn. I was on number 60, and I just had teed off, and I saw her walking towards the tee, and I wasn't sure if I should keep going or if I should just wait for her. I just figured I'd wait, and she probably not want to play with me, but she actually asked if she could join, so I was definitely starstruck for a few holes, but she was really nice, and that was definitely a highlight of my week. I think it was like a Monday or Tuesday, so I was like, if this happens so early, what else can happen here? But yeah, I mean, it's just so great just to be able to see. I remember watching on TV, and I was looking up to Michelle Wie a lot, I think, and I remember also watching the year where Annika retired here, so it's definitely a lot of memories.
And to think now, I mean, you're likely to be on the Solheim Cup team, and Suzanne would be your captain.
Yeah, it's unreal.
When you were younger, Celine, thinking about being scared of her, and now I'm sure she's
I'm still scared of her.
We all are. But also she's a colleague.
Yeah, it's very hard to describe just because, I mean, I think the first few times you're just like starstruck because you actually realize they're real people. But then she's really, I mean, most of the players are really nice, really friendly, and very open. So you just definitely learn to be more comfortable around them. But yeah.
Please raise your hand in the room. Let us know if you have any questions. Of course, happy for responses in French. I will go to Steve Eubanks, who's on the Zoom, says hello. He says, every major adds pressure to your competition. How much added pressure do you feel playing a major in your home country? And how does it compare to like an American playing in the US Women's Open or the UK players playing in the AIG Women's Open? What sort of pressure do you feel as a French player here?
I definitely feel a little bit more added pressure, but also because I want to perform well and it means a lot more to me. And so obviously if it means more, you're going to have a little bit more pressure, I think. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. It's just something you have to learn. And especially, you know, I think the more you experience it, the better you will be able to handle it. So now it's been, you know, like 6 times, like you said. I hope I've learned, so I hope I can do better. It's definitely not a course I've really performed well in the past, so I'm hoping that I can change that. But it's definitely a little bit different than other weeks for sure.
Absolutely. Do we have any questions in the room for Celine? Nothing at the moment. I'll go back to my sheet of paper then. Not to put pressure on you, but no French woman has ever taken this title. Would that be pretty cool to be the first?
Yeah, it definitely would. It's definitely on top of my list. But honestly, I feel like the best way for me to perform is not to think about it too much. Just really take it one day at a time and see. I mean, it's so hard to win out here, you know. And so if I could, you know, have at least a chance, it would already be nice. And then if I can make it happen, it would be obviously the ultimate dream. But I'm trying not to get too much ahead of myself.
Absolutely. Since we were here last year, you've won on the LPGA Tour. You won in October at the ShopRite LPGA Classic. How do you feel your game is right now as you come into the major? Do you feel prepared to get the ball going tomorrow?
I think so. I'm just coming off 3 weeks off, so I've been able to rest a little bit, get my game ready. It's a long season, so you definitely want to, you know, be careful with how you manage your schedule and stuff like that. But I think that the few weeks have been helping me to just be ready physically, mentally, and yeah, I'm excited to get the tournament started tomorrow.
Is there anything specific you've been working on your game lately, or just practicing?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on every part of my game. I think on this course you definitely need everything. But I think I've also tried to practice a little bit more on uneven lies, because this course is kind of hilly and you don't really have a flat lie out here unless you're on the tee. So I've definitely tried to, you know, experience a little bit more and get more comfortable with hitting off uneven lies.
I know we have a question right up here in the front from Sarah. They're going to come behind you with the microphone.
Hi, Celine. Just kind of curious, you mentioned taking that time off, and it's a very long season. How important is that conservation of energy within this stretch of major golf with kind of the 4 majors pretty much back to back to back?
Yeah, I mean, it's really important. I think when you're setting up your schedule, you don't realize how tired you're going to be and you want to play and everything, because, you know, everything looks so exciting. And you feel like, you know, the more you play, the more chances you have. But I definitely felt like after, you know, the maybe middle of May or beginning of June, I kind of really felt like I was tired every day, and it's not something that's really fun. Even when you're trying to perform, you obviously try not to think about how tired you are, but it has an effect on your game. And I definitely feel like the past 3 weeks have been great for me, just because I got to like relax a little bit, and I feel like a brand new person.
Thank you very much, Sarah. I know when you, I'm trying to think how I want to say this phrase. I'm asking a fun question of everyone. What's your favorite thing to eat when you're over here? So I guess I'll ask, you base in the States now, you live in Texas, but when you come home, when you're able to come home, what's the first thing you want to have when you come over to eat?
Yeah, I think the first thing, obviously, it's hard. There's so many options. But if I have to pick one, I would probably say the bread.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Because the pastries and stuff, it's really good, but you can find some in America. The bread, that's the same. It's very difficult.
Do you put butter on it? Do you do it, or just bread?
I do put butter, or I eat with cheese.
Okay.
she's so
I
hard.
knew I liked
Yeah.
you. I knew I liked you for a reason. Do you have anything further for Celine? I am going to ask you just a couple questions in English and ask you to respond in French, if you don't mind. And if anyone has any questions, please feel free to jump in. So again, I'll say welcome back to Evian. You've now had several days to see the course, been back in the country for about a week now. How are you feeling as you head into this major championship?
Oui, je me sens bien. Je suis contente d'être de retour sur le tour. Et c'est vrai que j'ai eu 3 semaines de repos maintenant. Donc, ça m'a fait du bien mentalement et physiquement. Surtout, je me sentais un peu fatiguée ces derniers mois. Donc, c'était super de pouvoir recharger les batteries. Et maintenant, on est mercredi. Donc, je suis prête à commencer le tournoi demain.
How does the golf course look? Had some rain this morning, but overall, how does the golf course look and how are you prepared as you come in?
Le parcours est en conditions assez incroyables du départ jusqu'au green, donc ça c'est super positif. C'était vraiment un plaisir de pouvoir faire les parties de reco et le ProAm aujourd'hui. Et c'est vrai qu'on a eu un peu de pluie ce matin et cet après-midi, donc le parcours est un peu plus mou que d'habitude. On n'a pas autant de roules sur les fairways et les green pitch pas mal, mais du coup ça va être intéressant de voir comment il va évoluer au fur et à mesure de la semaine.
And then finally, with no pressure again, but what would it mean to you to get this title? You've won the French Open, certainly, but to win this major title in your home country?
Oui, de gagner l'Evian Championship, ce serait vraiment le rêve ultime. Je pense que de gagner un major déjà d'entrée, c'est assez incroyable et spécial, mais c'est vrai de le gagner chez soi en France, ça serait juste incroyable. Et oui, c'est vraiment un tournoi qui me marque vraiment. C'est mes premiers souvenirs de regarder le golf à la télé, c'était vraiment de regarder les Evian Masters. Donc ça serait vraiment incroyable pour moi de gagner ce tournoi.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Do we have anything else in the room for Celine and nothing left on the Zoom? All right, well, thank you very much. Have a great week. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
And to everyone on the line, that's it for now. We'll be back in about an hour with Minji Lee. Thank you very much.